Hello and welcome back to Sprite Guard Plays Starseed Pilgrim. I'm going to head back into the first level and we're going to try going up this time. So let's see how well we can do it with that. I'm going to dig down a little bit and place one of these ones that go straight up and hope that it goes to a height that is still manageable, and that's not actually... we can't quite reach that, and now we can't even get past it unless we wait for those seeds to grow. So what I'm actually going to do is see if I can let those grow up until they provide a platform to let us jump a bit higher, and see if we can make some progress that way. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, the darkness is growing pretty quickly, so I'm going to put a random one there, and I'm going to harvest these seeds. I'm going to put another seed growing one there, and then I'm going to put a jump pad right here, and that will let us get up to some of the higher areas. So now that we're up here, I actually want to just put the slime over, let's see, I can't plant it there, but I can plant it there, and that will let us just, let the slime just pour over the edge and not go anywhere that will be too inconvenient. Now, if I put the random one here, it looks like I'm actually acting a little bit too slowly, and I think I'm going to not be able to do anything. Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't quite keep up with it. So I think that building up is a little bit outside of my skill level there. We can try it on this level over to the right. I think this level is a little bit slower. I know that it shows us a little bit further ahead what we're going to be able to do, so maybe that will help. And let's see if I can do something with this. And that is, again, going to go a little bit too high, and again going to stick me in basically the same predicament that I got into last time. And that actually went even worse. So I'm clearly not really up to building in the direction that I want to build. So I think I'm going to try going over to the right and seeing how far we can get to the right. I think that that will be more within my skill level and we'll make a little bit more progress, because I know there's a lot of keys over there that are pretty easy to get to. So my hope is that we can find a door as well. And one thing that I've considered doing that I don't know how profitable it would be is trying to go both left and right from here. So that may actually be something that we want to do. For now, I'm going to keep building directly to the right there, but I will set this thing off and see if I can make something of it. And then we can start growing some seeds over this way, and maybe jump up to the top of this thing and see if we can continue building out in that direction as well. Now, let's see, I want to get rid of this slime just as simply as possible. Now, I can't put this one where I want to put it right at the end here, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest these before the darkness catches up with them, and I'm going to send this one off to the left here, and hopefully be able to build out a little bit more. I'm going to harvest these because I can only jump 3, so I want to start building out this way, and that's just about perfect. I don't think I could ask for a better way for that to grow. So now I'm going to put some ice over here, and the darkness is catching up quite quickly, so I think I'm not probably going to be able to continue moving back and forth. So that's not something that's actually going to work out, unfortunately. But I can continue putting ice down, and that was a little bit of a mistake because I couldn't jump from that, but that should slow things down a bit. we can start growing more seeds. Maybe put another slime one over the edge here. And let's see, that should pour down on both sides, yes. And so that should help a little bit. We can just stick that there. Put some more ice over here. And then we have another slime, so I can just drop that there. I think that will be just completely fine. And now we have a box growing one. And now we're running pretty low on seeds, and so I'm going to put one there. And then I'm going to harvest these two. And I'm going to harvest this one first, and then jump up here, and wait for this one to finish before I harvest it. And then I will harvest those four. Now I will put an exploding one here, and that should give us some room. I'm going to put another slime one there, and that should just fill up that area, so I'll have to be a little bit careful, but it shouldn't be too problematic. So now that's too high for me to jump, so I'm going to dig down like this, and that will give me a little bit more mobility. And I'm just going to drop this jump pad. Let's see, I don't want to put it on the slime, and I don't want to put it here because I won't be able to jump up to it, so I'll actually dig down here and put it there. And then I'll start growing some more seeds, and I will harvest these three. And that was actually almost a mistake, because I wouldn't be able to actually get up there. So I'm going to dig out a path in case I have to come back this way. So that will give me a little bit more room to maneuver. And then I'm actually going to just drop that down there, where it can't really cause any trouble. And then I'll start growing some boxes up this way, and that should reach out and to the right more and give me a place to sort of launch further growth. And we can actually stick, let's see, I want to dig that out and stick a random one here, and then harvest these before the darkness catches up to them. And we're going a bit more up than I actually planned, but I'm not really seeing... Okay, that might actually be what we're looking for to the right. So I'm going to put this one here, and then trigger it right away, and then try and dig through it, and go as straight to... Okay, so that's not actually what I was hoping it would be. That's just a key. But we can continue building out this way and hope that we find a door, because I don't know... Whoops, that was a mistake. And then I think that box one should connect up there. I'm not entirely certain that it will, but I think that it will. And that is all of the seeds that I have available to me right now, so it looks like this may be the end of the line, and if the only thing that we accomplish is getting some more seeds for the overworld, I think that that will at least be something. So let's grab these two and see if we can make anything interesting happen. It looks like probably not. I can set that off. And then what I can actually do is plant this one here and see if we can make two keys available. I don't think that that will actually cause much in the way of a change, and I don't actually know that we'll be able to get to both of these, but we can try. And then this ice one is not really going to serve any purpose at all. So that's the end of this level, I think. And I will just drop down that way and get that key, and then we can actually jump up and grab this one. I don't think two keys are actually useful for anything, but that actually shows that we do have the ability to do this. And so we can look at this and think, maybe if I had dug down here and also built down and to the right, maybe I could have gotten to that key as well, but we may not actually have had time. I think I actually may have even considered that and decided that I didn't have time to go back. Maybe if I hadn't tried to build over this way, I would have been more successful. So we did get some seeds. It looks like we got 8 of them. So let's continue to build up and to the left here and see if we can find anything else over here. I still don't even really know how many levels there are in this game, though, so who knows whether we're building out into the void or if we're going to actually come across anything. So in the last episode, I started building out to the left this way, and then also up and to the right this way, with the intention of actually branching both up and to the right and up and to the left. So I think I'm going to put this box growing one to create a foundation over this way that I can further branch out from. And then I have this fast growing one, a random one, and then another straight line one. So I want to put this one actually directly out to the right, and then put this random one onto it. And I do see actually something up and to the right there. So then I will put this one growing off to the left, and I can continue to build upward from that. Now let's see how this one has grown. This is not actually especially useful. I don't have a good way of getting up there. I can try and do a tricky jump around, but see, I actually fell off there. So this is a very difficult jump that I think is possible. I think I've pulled it off in other contexts. Basically, I want to jump around the edge here, but if I bump my head, I'll end up falling off of the edge and going back to here. And I think I may have actually lost a seed that way, which is unfortunate. So now that I don't have any seeds, I can continue to try and do this, but I don't want to actually spend too much time on it. We know that there's a level up and to the right here, so I think the thing to do is to start... That was a mistake. I think the thing to do is to start farming more seeds to try and build up to this place that we've found. And so to do that, I think I'm going to basically repeat what I just did. But in order to... I've been spending a lot of time on that first level, and so in order to create a little bit of variety, I'm actually going to go to this one and see what it's like, and see what I can find by building over to the right on this level. So let's see what we can find, and just basically follow the same strategy that I've been using. I would really like to hear if you think that there's any kind of strategy that you think might work better, because I haven't really been able to think of anything that makes more sense than what I've been doing, but I know that there are a lot of variables in this game that might actually... There might be a better way of playing, I guess, is all I really am trying to say. So I definitely want to leave it open that that is possible. So I'm going to put some ice here, because I do think it slows down the darkness, or at least I know the darkness moves very quickly through the red ones. I don't actually know much more than that. Now, I've actually ended up in a position where I can't plant this random one to very good effect. So I'm going to actually stick it down here and see where it goes from there. And that will go to the right, and that will create a lot of seeds if we manage to get a key from somewhere. So I will harvest these and put this one here, and this will give us a nice jumping off place. The slime is not... Oops. I was not paying attention, and I got caught in that explosion and sent back to the Dark World. So that was a mistake. That was nothing but a mistake. So I think we have our work cut out for us in the future. We want to continue farming up seeds and building towards the level up and to the right of that higher up and to the left route. So I'm going to give it one more shot and then wrap it up, because I think that this episode has been going on for a while, and I don't want these episodes to get too long. There's been a bit of variety. I think that I generally want the episodes to be more on the shorter side, but I've been going into some... I think the last one was almost 20 minutes, so I want to try to avoid that in the future. So, let's see, the next one that I have is actually a random growing one, and so I can't plant it into the same kind of soil that it actually is. So I'll just stick it there. I believe it will go down, which is not the most useful, but maybe that will be more seeds that we can farm up if we make it to a keep. So now I have an exploding one that I want to put, I think, not there. I think I maybe want to dig these up and put it just there, and I can use that a little bit strategically, because it will actually cover up darkness. So that will give me an opportunity to undo a little bit. Now I'll dig down through here, and dig that, and that, and that, and that will give me... Well, that won't give me actually soil to plant in, so I'll put that there, which won't accomplish very much, but it will be something, at least. Next one is a slime, which... almost got caught in that. I don't really want the slime at all. So I will just dig it out, and I think I'm going to have to dig this up in order to move forward. And then I'm going to just head straight out to the right, because I think that there will be keys in this direction. And just continue on. So we've got a jump pad, which may be useful, but no, that's going to decide to go down, which makes this mostly a waste. Can plant this here for maximum ice coverage. And then probably, let's see, this will cover up the hearts, unfortunately. So might not be able to use those. So this will at least give us a little bit of a springboard to continue moving out to the right. And then I can actually dig down like this and plant that there. And now, let's see. I see one up and to the right, but I don't know if I can quite reach it. So plant that there and hope that we can actually continue moving onward. And I'll make sure to put that somewhere where it won't get destroyed by the slime. And now I have another one going straight to the right, another slime one. So I think I'm going to put this one here, and that will let us continue on that way. And then I'm actually going to have to harvest these two, because the darkness is starting to catch up, and I don't really have a way of getting back here. Well, I could dig under like this, actually. And that will let me get back over that way. So now I can put this here, and that actually bought me enough time that I can go and harvest 3 over here. So that, I think, was a pretty sound play. And this will give me a little bit more room to start building in this direction, but I made a pretty big mistake here in that I can't jump there, so I had to wait for that. which I don't actually think was that big of a problem, because I want to wait for this to grow before I plant the next thing. And that didn't grow out very far, but this should be able to head out to the right, and that actually did not grow in a very useful way either. So the last thing that I have to plant is going to grow very, very slowly, and we'll have to wait for this before we can plant any more seeds. So there are lots of keys, and none of them are actually in places that are very easy to get to, unfortunately. So I don't know if this run is actually going to be productive or not. If not, it was at least a learning experience. I feel like I got a little bit of a sense for some more useful plays that I can, instead of just building out as far as I can kind of naively, I feel like I actually figured out some things to do to make myself build more effectively. It didn't work out in this case, but I feel like I have a better sense of what I'm doing now. So any time I learn is a time that is not wasted, and we might actually reach this key. We're very close to being able to reach this key, and I think that should connect up, yeah. So now I just want to actually jump up here, and how can I actually reach this key without... I think I'll just wait for the darkness to reach me, and then I will immediately grab a heart and a key, and then I can start making my way back, and hopefully make it back to the door. I don't remember if I laid out a great path for myself, but let's see. Can certainly grab this heart and start making my way back this way, and I'm floaty enough that I can get over some of these pitfalls pretty easily. Now, that was actually pretty good, that jump there. That was basically the same jump that I was trying and failing at earlier in the level. So, we got more stuff, which was the goal. So let's go place it. Let's go see if we can make some more progress towards the level that we saw the very bottom edge of. And that will require a bit of a journey. So we're actually building enough stuff that it is becoming quite a journey to see everything that we have touched. And that's one of the things that I was really looking forward to in this game, was that experience of building something rather large in scope. So this will go directly to the right, which will actually let me get up onto this platform that I was having trouble getting onto. And now I can get up here and place one of these, and that will let me start structuring a route up, and it looks like we're going to have to go quite high up there, so I want to plan my route out a little bit and make sure that I leave myself places to land. I can only jump up 3 blocks unless I plant a jump pad. So it looks like I can dig through like this, and that will let me get up onto the top of that big block. So if I plant a jump pad here, that will let me get out. But that might get covered by this next thing that I'm going to... Oh! I can't plant red and red. That was a mistake. So I actually wanted to put the jump pad up here and just use it as a way to plant another red one. So that was a mistake. And I don't see a way to really gracefully recover from it. The best that I can do is plant that here, and that will not gain me very much traction, but it will give me a little bit of a way to get, at the very least, a little bit higher. And I can still dig down this way and leave myself a path out of here. So now, where is the best place to put this? I don't know how many spaces it will grow. And so I may actually want to send it horizontally someplace. But I don't know where that is. So I may actually want to place this someplace completely different. Maybe over here in one of the other directions that I've been exploring in. Not there because I'm not allowed to plant like in like. But maybe over, let's see, yeah, I've built something over to the left here. I can certainly continue out in that direction, keep exploring. Let's see if there's anything out here. I don't see anything, but that doesn't mean that there isn't anything out here. So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to reach the next level with these last 2 seeds that we have, unfortunately. They just aren't quite what we need to get up there, but they can provide a foundation for making that progress next time. We can put a jump pad over here that might let us jump up to something more vertical, or might just let us plant another red one and continue building tunnels up this way. And then the slime one, I'm just going to drop it off of here and probably just dig it right out because it just isn't that useful to me right now. So that's everything that we can do for this episode. It went on quite a lot longer than I really planned for, but I think that's alright sometimes. Thank you very much for watching, and I would love to hear your thoughts especially about the length of the video. If you think the length is alright, if you'd like to see more shorter ones, I can certainly do that. And I think that that is probably going to be my intention in the future, and I will try to have a little bit more discipline about that, unless you think you would like to see more of these longer ones, in which case I would love to hear about that in the comments. So thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.